It sure did, and it went undetected for so long. So you write, one of the risks here is our own view about Cuba for so long, such a boogeyman, especially in the 60s. You write in the epilogue, there's a temptation to discount Cuba as a besotted old tiger, eager to harm the United States, but lacking the fangs and fury to pull off the job. How much of a threat, Jim, is Cuba to America today?
Well, their military is not much of a threat at all, obviously, compared to, the might of the U.S. military. But their intelligence services are really good. They were trained by the Soviets, and they're very clever and crafty without a lot of money. They also, I had one FBI official say, they don't have any rules. There's no morality and no Congress keeping an eye on them, so it's a lot easier for them than it is for our own spy services. But they are very good, and there's no better example than Ana Montes. Think about this. She's recruited in graduate school by another student. Her name is Marta Velazquez, and I can reveal that because the Justice Department indicted her for this case in about a decade ago. So they have another student at SICE who's already working for them. She spots Anna, realizes that she's a pretty good candidate. And they encourage both women to travel to Cuba, which they do circuitously through Europe, fake passports, uh, new clothes, meeting with handlers in Madrid and Prague on the way to Havana. They go to Havana, they get training, and then the Cubans basically help insert Anna into the Defense Intelligence Agency. That's a lot of work, a lot of planning, and they're in it for the long game, and they wait for her to get promoted, and she just becomes more and more useful to them. And that to me is a sign that despite Cuba's whatever you might say about them politically and in terms of their military, their intelligence services are very competent.